Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Concession Stand here on the KB Radio Network. I am your host, Kevin Reed, and this is the review of the new stoner comedy, Pizza Movie, that stars Gaten Matarazzo from Stranger Things and Giambrone from the Goldbergs. Yes, they have all grown up. They star in this stoner comedy as college students who face an unexpected journey when they must navigate 2 flights of stairs to retrieve a pizza delivery, turning a simple task into a surreal adventure. You know, I come from an era where we got a lot of these stoner comedies. You know, I mean, going back to Dude, Where's My Car and stuff like that. You know, I love just dumb little stupid comedies that know what they are. They know precisely what they are and just lean completely into it. We haven't gotten a movie like that in such a long time. And when I saw that this movie was coming out, Pizza Movie, I'm like, oh, a little throwback stoner comedy. I'll check it out. You know, I like my boy Gaten from Stranger Things. Good to see him moving on, doing different things, and this is vastly different from what we saw him in Stranger Things. And my boy from the Goldbergs that I used to watch as well, that sitcom that used to come on ABC not too long ago, but now he's older. I didn't recognize him at first, and it's good to see them growing up and doing something different. And boy, was I pleasantly surprised with Pizza Movie. This was a funny movie. I didn't expect it to be as funny as it was, taking as many risks as it does as well, because we're in a different era now than we got in the late 90s, early 2000s, where this subgenre of comedy was at its peak. And, you know, the PC era just killed it. You know, you couldn't make certain jokes. You couldn't show certain things. But this movie did. This movie really said, forget it. We're going back to when we could tell these offensive jokes and run with it. And now I will say this much. They told offensive jokes, but it was nothing overly offensive. Like, they didn't make fun of anybody's race, creed, sexual orientation, or nothing like that. But it was just some crude humor that was, I don't know, just missed. And I didn't realize I missed it until I heard it in this movie. And this was a fun little movie, fun little stoner comedy, completely ridiculous, but at the same time, actually told a compelling story in between all of the chaos that was taking place throughout this film. The film is written and directed by Brightnick, who are a comedy sketch duo, internet famous. Dude, they've done a lot of work, but this is like their first little thing. They were also head writers on SNL for a while, maybe a year or two, but this is their first feature film. Their next one is Over My Dead Body, which they just wrote that, but I'm looking forward to that movie as well. But this is their first directorial effort as a duo, and man, I must say, great job. They did an excellent job with this movie. Completely engaged. It was no point in this film I was bored. This movie could have easily crashed and burned. Easily. You know, with the ridiculousness that was going on. You know, with the irrelevant story that you're telling here. But you actually get a sense that there was a lot of care that went into this film. There was a lot of effort that went into this film. Effort in developing these characters to whereas you can get behind them. You can cheer for them. You can cheer against them at times. It was some real character development. There was some real friendship development, and you felt that throughout the film. A love story that is there, and organically we got a conclusion at the end. You know, it actually built up to it. It wasn't just thrown in there with your normal high school or college movie, comedy movie tropes. You know what I'm saying? It's oh, there's the pretty girl, and there's the lovable loser, the little nerd. Oh, they're gonna get together by the end of the movie, and sure enough, they do. You know, it's nothing like that. It's actually a realistic approach to that, and I so much appreciate it because it didn't treat the audience like they're dummies, even though this is a dumb comedy, but it was intelligently crafted and made, and I loved it for that. The cast looked like they had the time of their lives making this movie. They really gave some really good performances throughout this film, and you get a lot of cameos, unexpected cameos. Some you can see, and some you don't. Some you just hear their voices. And I'm going to save those for in case you didn't see the movie and you don't know. You wouldn't know unless you see, and you still probably won't know. I didn't know one in particular until the end credits. And I was like, wait, that was him? That was his voice? It was real nice little Easter eggs throughout it. But the cast was dynamite. The direction was really good. I love the creative choice of showing these losers who get high on this experimental drug that they just happen to find in their apartment or in their dorm, and going through these different stages of this high, and the way they depict it, it was genius. I must say, I've never seen it like this, at least done in this way. It was really fun to see these two go through this trial of messed up euphoria. It was the craziest stuff you would ever see, but at the same time, intelligently done. I am so blown away by this movie. I really am. I'm not blown away in the sense like, oh man, this the movie of 2026. I'm not going that far. I'm just saying as far as I wasn't expecting nothing from this movie, and what I got was pure joy. I can't get mad at it. I'm super happy with the outcome of Pizza Movie. We need to see more stoner comedies, man. We need to go back to that well because there's still some juice there. It's a lot of comedy there. Just to go on a quick little rant about comedies, we don't get good comedies no more. We don't get those teen sex comedies no more. You know, we don't get these stoner comedies no more because everybody is so sensitive. Nobody wants to offend anybody. It's such a minefield when you try to navigate these jokes because you could offend somebody. Me saying all that, somebody's going to be offended by a Pizza Movie. I know somebody's going to get offended by something that happened in this movie because you can't make comedies anymore without offending anybody. And look, I get it. I understand. There are jokes that I feel go too far in certain movies or in the past, and even now, you know, it's certain jokes that I may find offensive in a way, but at the same time, I had to sit back and say, hey, it's a joke. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody has a brain, and you could tell if somebody is just cracking a joke or just trying to make fun of you personally. Now, if nobody is trying to make fun of you personally, you shouldn't get too offended by that. It's just a joke. Now, if somebody's trying to laugh at your expense, yeah, that's different. But more often than not, that's not the case when it comes to movies because, you know, these filmmakers don't know you. And so they're not trying to offend you personally. And so just take it easy. Relax. Just go with the flow. If you don't like it, don't watch it because there are some people who enjoy this. Some people need to laugh, you know, especially the way the world is now, especially how the world is now. You need comedy. You need some form of giggles, man, coming out of your soul because it's depressing in the real world. So everybody relax, because the more you complain, the more they push back on releasing movies like this. And we need movies like this. Pizza Movie, which is currently on Hulu, gets a letter grade of a C+. Yeah, man, I really enjoyed Pizza Movie. And you probably enjoy it even more if you was stoned. If you was loaded, you probably enjoy it even more. I wasn't, but I still enjoyed it. But that's just one man's opinion. I would love to know yours. Did you like Pizza Movie? And do you wish we get more comedies like we used to get back in the day? Email the show, kbradiopodcast@gmail.com. You can also search for this show on all social media platforms. Just search for the KB Radio Network. Don't forget about YouTube. Subscribe to the KB Radio Network channel and like this video if you don't mind. Don't forget about the 5 stars, the reviews, and sharing this show if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you are currently listening to the Concession Stand here on the KB Radio Network. Everybody, thank you for joining me for this review of Pizza Movie. Want you all to know that I love you, continue to love everyone, and until we speak again, you all be blessed.